Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome to a bit of live gameplay. I've decided I'm going to do my French heavies because, as you can see, I've got tier 5 to tier 8. I'm not going to play all of them. I'm thinking tier 5, tier 6 and tier 7 because I recently rebought the AMX M4 and it's not a bad machine. But yeah, this will be probably my last live gameplay one of the year. Probably the last video for a couple of days because there are various things I'm doing over Christmas, as are a lot of people, for some reason. But I thought it's relatively easy for me to do these videos, so I thought I would do one of these before I take a little break for Christmas. So without further ado, we'll hit the go button on the biscuit barrel, the tier 5, the BDR G1B, which is, it's an interesting machine. I like it. I do terribly in it, but I like it. It's just one of those ones. I actually have a worse win rate in my BDR than I do with the AMX 40 somehow, which is odd because the BDR has got a really great gun. I was thinking I'll leave the motion blur thing on, but actually no, we'll turn it off. It's a bit distracting. Hi, yes, that's what I meant. Off is the other thing. Right. It's got basically a 90mm gun. It's a short 90mm gun, but with premium shells you have the same penetration effectively as the next one up. Oh goody, by the way, it's Murovanka, my favourite map. But it's got 240 alpha at tier 5, which is pretty damn nice. But it's nothing compared to, the disparity between the KV-1S and the rest of the tier 6s. It's nothing like that big of a gap between this and the rest of the tier 5s. The tier 5s are kind of an odd bunch, actually. The KV-1 has probably got the best all-rounder gun. This thing, I mean, it's punchy, but you see the reload time is pretty damn long. It's with this crew, it's 8.2 seconds. It would be probably a little bit lower because I don't think I've got a 100% crew on this yet, but the aim time is also very long, and because it's tier 5 you don't get the benefit of a vertical stabilizer. So it has some drawbacks, and it's not like the other guns on it are particularly usable. You kind of have to use this gun. But it's not bad, and when you get a chance to use it correctly... Whoa, yes, nice. It's a very nice punchy gun for tier 5, and you can do a lot of damage compared to other tier 5s. Whoa, that was a lucky shot. Whoa, they are rushing the other side. Okay, maybe turn around. There's basically no one here. Oh, there's the Michael Jackson tank over there. Gee! Yeah. Oh god, I wish I hadn't thought of that, but I think Circon liked the idea, and I suspect it's going to catch on, maybe. I don't know. Wow, that Japanese pronunciation. Anyway, let's see if we can't aid this other flank, because they look like they might be in trouble. Oh god, is it worth trying to get across there? Probably not. Panzer 4, Panzer 3, they're basically all dead. We have to win on this flank, and I am stuck defending in my BDR G1B, which has not got the best... whoops! Well done, Panzer 3. Not got the best view range ever. Oh, that was such a lucky shot. And come on, reload. No, okay. One of the nice features, this is like literally what, 2 days after the 8.10 update. One of the nice features of Locatan's Minimap mod now, which is what I use, is the fact that this ring here now represents your actual view range. Before it was basically the view range with a 100% crew. It just assumed you had 100% crew. Didn't take into account your actual crew skill. Didn't take into account your actual, equipment setup in terms of optics, binoculars, whatever. But now it does, or at least it does as far as crew skill. I can't remember if it does as far as the other stuff like equipment, but oh, there's Panzer 4, right. Oh, ow, what the... Was that just hit him? Was that a derp gun? With a heat... or... I don't know, actually. Whoa, that critical. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was that hit me, but it hurt. He's got the derp gun, yeah. Oh, come on! Okay, this Panzer 4 is just trolling me right now. I know there's other stuff back there. Possibly a KV-1S, being cautious. Wow, that guy, yeah, that must have been a heat shell. That took half of my health. The derp shells wouldn't pen. I mean, where he hit me, that was in the front of the turret. I don't know. That must have been a heat shell, surely. Which would have enough pen, theoretically. Right, yeah, just that KV-1S in the middle of the map that's a big threat now. I've not actually done that much damage. I've pulled off some fairly long-range shots, though, which is not... In my experience, it's not what this tank is especially good at. It's nothing like as accurate as the ARL gets some very, very nice guns indeed. It's one of the reasons why I like the ARL and kept it, because it just gets such a nice gun selection, and you can actually fit, you know, a gun to suit your mood kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, well, this is the best gun, and if you're using anything else, you're just a sucker. Oh, let's get to cover. Yeah. Well, me and this ARL VP9, wow, he's looking my way, might be able to double team the guy. Go on, ARL! Shoot him! Nice, 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 nice. Right, although he has sensibly put himself in a position where he can put one in there. Whoa! Well, that's the type. I'm kind of screwed here. Right, repair the ammo rack, get to cover. Magic Forest can burn. Oh, it can burn. All of the burnings. I've seen people do games where they have like 2k plus damage in the BDR, which is perfectly possible. It's the accuracy that hinders the gun more than anything else. So where is this guy? That ARL, well, he doesn't exactly have the armor, but he's got more hit points left than I do at this point, so I think I'm going to let them like take the lead and spot. And Type 58 has got a nice gun, but we do outnumber him rather a lot. Mind you, I said rather a lot. It's 4 versus 1. I can count. 3 is the same as 4, right? Anyway, yeah, we got this guy. It's just a matter of who gets the final shot. Oh, and it's not me because I'm nowhere near fast enough. But anyway, that was an okay BDR game. That was all right. That was kind of average. We'll have a quick look at the scores and move on to the ARL. Wow, the remaining 4 were, yeah, 961 damage was that was okay. That ARL V39 did all right actually. Not as much damage as some of the rest. I'm not quite sure why he's above them quite so much. Not that much assistance damage either. I mean, you'd think that's a bit of a gap. That's like 150, 140 XP between them. More XP between. Well, actually, no, that's about the same, isn't it? But still, that's a bit of a gap. More than I would have thought. Yeah, and the enemy team was a bit of a mixed bag, but for a Murovanka game, that was not completely. That was, you know, tolerable. Actually, I said about the crew being that's actually 100% loader. I think the loader. That crew, I suspect, went into the AMX 5100, which doesn't have a loader. You have several crew members. Let's see, the radio guy, the gunner, and the commander are all also the loader, which is a bit of a pain because if one of them gets knocked out, that affects your loading speed, which is a big thing in the AMX 5100. So the BDR, you know, has got the loader outranks the commander kind of thing. Anyway, onto the ARL. I feel like using the 105. I think that's what I'm in the mood for right now. We'll just have to hope for top tier. It's a really nice tank, this. It's I mean, it gets overshadowed by the KV-1S, I've said it before, but everything gets overshadowed by the KV-1S at tier 6. If the KV-1S wasn't in there, I suspect the ARL would be well, I don't know about top dog, but you know, there still would be things like the KV2 running around. Oh, top tier, very nice. But it would get more press, as it were, than it does. It's a lot better than some of the other tier 6s anyway. I mean, as much as I want to like the Churchill 7 with its Dennis Healy eyebrows, it's just the gun is so it's just barely an upgrade from the Churchill 1. I mean, the Churchill 1 gets a really nice gun for a tier 5, and then you get the Churchill 7, which is practically the same gun, a tiny bit better. It's like, I don't know, it's a thing on the British line because the Comet is barely an upgrade gun-wise from the Cromwell, and it's a downgrade in terms of mobility. So that's why a lot of people don't like the jump from the Cromwell to the Comet, because there is that big difference. But there aren't that many really mobile tier 7s anyway, so it suffers by comparison. I don't know what the point was that I started out with, that, you know, I was embarking on a thing somewhere. Oh dear, that guy's not got the top gun. Okay, that's never what you want to see in a KV-1S on your own team. In fact, does that guy even have the... No, neither of our KV-1Ss has the top gun, so it's basically going to be up to me to do the damage. I've got the best gun. It's 2 KV-1Ss and me, and I've got the best gun of any of us, so that's not so good. So let's see if I can't abuse the heck out of my that aim time, out of my gun depression here. Not so much the hull armour, the turret armour though, because turret armour is not so much a thing. Rot roll. It's KV-1S. We missed. It's to my advantage that these KV-1Ss do have a terrible, oh crap, aim time. But I've got a terrible aim time as well, so it's not like it's a major advantage, all things considered. Come on, reload, reload. Ouch! Yeah, this is the downside. You can bounce a KV-1S shot, but that went in my side. Yeah, that was in my side, in my track rather. Oh crap. Yeah, this is one where matchmaking has slightly, you know, the fact that they have 3 KV-1Ss who all have their top guns, and our KV-1Ss don't. Our KV-1Ss weren't even really in a position to help me out, so let's see. This guy's only just moving. He's got the short 122. This guy's got looks like an 85mm gun. Wow, that driller just screwed him hard. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a win somehow. 3001H, who is getting an AFK report from me because he's not. No. What? I was looking at the. Oh, because he just got blown up. Did he? No, it's just my thing being weird. Anyway, yeah. Complain. No, what are you switching me to the Stug for? I don't want the Stug. Okay, this is being weird. Complain. No! What the hell's going on? Okay, we'll just report him on the score screen. It's not going to take that long. One last go. One last go. This team is getting owned so hard. There we go. Idle bot. No. 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 Yes. No. I don't know. Anyway. Hopefully I haven't just... oh, and Chinu is also... Wow. Okay, we had a good team here. We had a good team. No, I don't want... Oh, for goodness sake. No, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. A little bit too late, though. I think this is... that's the tier 5. I'm slowly working my way up the... oh, that ammo rack. Didn't even need to be an ammo rack, but hey. I'm, I think, at tier 3 at the moment. Yeah. Wow, this was terrible. I mean, this was catastrophic. Yeah. I would not be surprised if I had the most damage, even though I had 2 penetrating hits. This team was, yeah. We got a bit boinked by matchmaking, but still, it was terrible. I don't know whether I should have another go at that. I don't want to make the video too long, because then it takes flaming ages to upload it. Yes, I did have the most damage of anyone on our team. Fully half the team did nothing at all. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Let's have another go, actually, because I like the ARL. That was not a fair showing. That's, yeah, you're kind of hard-pressed to... Because it's French, it doesn't have... You know, it's actually got sort of good armour. It's got that frontal sloped plate, but if you get shot through the tracks, that can damage you. If you get shot in the turret, that can damage you. The sides are very weak. If you're in the position where you're having to basically face off against 3 enemy KV-1Ss, you're pretty much screwed. But that would be true of any tank. That was more the team that screwed me there than anything else. So, yeah, with my 2 penetrating hits, I still managed to do better than basically anyone else on the team. So, GG. Right, Valley, I think. It's tier 7 this time. Not quite so favourable matchmaking. Although I could... Well, we'll see what the rest of the team does. I may not actually go to the Valley, but... it depends. Starting on this side, there is a chance, which you see quite often these days, that the enemy team will just be camping there. In which case, that will be a very bad position for me in my ARL. Don't especially want to be doing that. Well, SU's going that way. Interesting choice. Yeah, I guess I'll be backing these guys up. KV2's going this way. I hope the KV3 does as well. Perfect positioning for a KV3. So, yeah. So, ARL. It's a pity about the turret armor in a way, because if it had better turret armor, if it had a more bouncy turret, if it had a bouncier, you know, a bigger gun mantle or whatever, which, okay, this is actually, you know, the actual turret it had, but it could be basically on tier 6 what the T29 is on tier 7, with you know, sort of reasonable frontal hull armor, amazing turret, you know, really good gun depression, but there's no kind of tier 6 that's like that even remotely. Whoa! No, okay, apparently not. That was a total snapshot. I've just realised another thing actually, because there we go, national crew voices. Because we went to 810, it put all the settings back basically. Yeah, it's not super accurate, this gun. It's not great for snapshots because it's 3 point whatever aim time, so it's you know, it's better than the KV2, but it's not fantastic. Right, let's fall back a little while I reload. And it's the downside of this gun is it's a longer reload. It's 9 seconds. It's longer than the BDR reload, so it's not fantastic. So someone pop out. Did I just say someone? I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know. I can speak real, proper English, good, etc. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want a face full of SU-152, but I don't think the IS is going to be stupid enough to... I wonder if I can track him. Nope. Because this gun is a total sniper. Sometimes the KV2 feels more accurate than this gun, but maybe you have lower expectations with a KV2, and therefore when it actually does do what you want it to do, it feels, you know, that much more. Anyway, I feel more confident still lobbing shells at long distance in a KV2 than I do with this thing. Right, no one wants a face full of SU-152, oddly enough. But we're actually winning this one 6-0. Yeah, this is going fairly well, all things considered. The SU is the roadblock here, so no, there's no way to get a sneaky shot on him. The thing is, if he gets a shell into my side armor, he could just like one-shot me, potentially. Wow, this IS is being such a wimp. Go on, go for it. 264, but that was kind of a low roll. And bear in mind the average alpha on this thing is 300. So that really was quite a low roll. Go on, IS! Be a man! Take it in the face like a man. Like I just did in the face. Ow. That bounce. Well, I can't make this IS do his job for him. This guy's just being a total wimp. Come on, it's the last couple of tanks on the enemy team. This KV2 has done more than the IS has. Look at this guy. This is just like, no, don't scratch my tank! My precious tank! Yeah. He's a pro-professional, I can tell. But, wow. This enemy team was as good as my last team, pretty much. Yeah, the perils of randoms. Can we get through here at all? Choo-choo! Not really a train though, it's only 2 tanks, that doesn't count as a train. Right, this tiger is actually blocking me from... there we go. And it doesn't matter anyway. There we go. Hummel report... what? Who knows? I didn't see our Hummel doing anything untoward, so really, who knows? Yeah, not a particularly great score. In fact, that's about the same amount of damage I managed last time, but... this time the team didn't suck, so there's that. Ooh, Chinu did really well. Or is it Chernu? I'm not sure. Nearly 2k damage. Not bad. And yeah, I don't know, okay profit with that. Still, anyway, there we go, ARL, and we will go on to the tier 7 now, I think. Did I take the... Yes, I did take the toolbox off there. Now, the long 90mm, I still don't especially like using it on the I can't speak again, the ARL, just because it maybe has the most flexibility, but it's a very long aim time and quite a long reload for only 240 alpha. It's a much better gun on this thing, the AMX. It used to be kind of on a par with... Oh, it's the new map. With the Tiger, but the Tiger got considerably buffed with its rate of fire. So the AMX M4 is now the poor cousin kind of thing. The mobility is, I think, still better than the Tiger, but the armor isn't really, you know, it's you can't rely on the armor to bounce anything, and it's just it's one where it relies on its mobility, and you have to kind of peekaboo, use the gun depression, take shots, and it's sort of like the 5100 in that regard. You learn not to trust the armor, but it's different from the 5100 in that obviously no autoloader. The 5100 also has incredibly poor gun depression in comparison, so in some ways it prepares you for the tier 8, in others it really doesn't. But if you get the FCM 50T, which also basically has this gun, I think it's largely similar. It's just kind of faster, a little bigger, probably better rate of fire, better DPM as well. But that's my understanding. The FCM 50T is just a beefier one of these basically. But still, it's not a bad tank. You can see there the reload on this is, it's not great at the moment, but this is a new crew basically, because I bought this when it was on discount, when some of the tier 7s were on discount a little while ago, and just decided, hey, I kind of rushed through it the first time round. I was basically just going in a mad grind for the... Well, not a mad grind, but I wasn't playing it for itself, I was playing it to get to the next one, which was the 5100. And you kind of miss stuff out along the way. You don't get the best out of a tank when you're doing that. You might have some very good matches, but you're not kind of consciously going, oh, well, I'll learn to play this tank to its strengths kind of thing. So I've come back to the AMX M4. And also, if the... oh, wow, that was a little bit of game derp just then. If the second French heavy line does come out, there's a chance it'll branch off the AMX M4, so... wow, that Tiger 1 is in a bad place right now. He's just popping out and spotting us, which is not so good. The second heavy branch, which is what I was saying, there's a possibility that will branch off out of the AMX M4. So, yeah, there's that reason for rebuying it as well. Although I could be completely wrong on that. I could be just making an assumption. Wow, I looked away at just exactly the wrong time there. I think he did pop out. If we could take a shot at that guy. Well, he's their forward scout right now. Wow, that KV-1S was a little optimistic in thinking he wouldn't be blown up in the face. Nope. Miss. Right, we don't control the village at all, but I don't know. No one knows what they're doing yet on this map. Brand new map, so it's kind of like, okay, that's fair enough. I don't want to go too far, because I don't know where the RT safe places are. I don't know where the tank destroyer sniper spots are. So my inclination is to be quite cautious right now. Some people will have messed around on like test server rooms and stuff, and maybe have a better idea. I didn't get a chance to do that especially. And I could have, you know, it's been 2 days now, I could have gone on just a training room. I could have nabbed some Circ 2 people, but apparently I didn't think to do that. I have watched a couple of YouTube videos on it though. And it is a... In comparison to recent maps, I mean, it's relatively straightforward. It's kind of like the middle lanes here, and then you've got the village area, which seems like it could potentially be a massive trap, because the buildings are, I think, largely, if not totally destructible. With the new mechanics in place, that... Whoa, okay, I've been spotted. That means that... yeah, this thing doesn't reverse so well. It's a pity, really. That means that if you control this upper ground here, you know, that's bad. If you would essentially get trapped down there. Right, I am looking for something to shoot at without dying right now, basically. So I can shoot the guy's tracks. It's not going to do any good though. It's just going to track him. Or I could just miss entirely. Come on, reload, reload, reload. Oh, well, never mind. Let's just check I'm not getting a KB3 in the back. I have done nothing at all so far. But I don't want to... Whoa, hello, KB3. I don't want to go too far. Now he's going to have the nasty gun, so let's be cautious. And he missed. Now the nice thing about this gun, I mean 212 penetration is good even for a... You know, it's absurd on a tier 6 tank. On a tier 7 tank, heavy, it's still really good. Whoa, ouch. Well, see, that's how good this armour is. I think he did actually catch my side armour though, it just kind of smeared across into the frontal. Come on, why can't I see him? Oh, no. Wow, my gun depression failed me totally there. Come on, somebody help me here. He can out-alpha me any day of the week, that's the problem. Wow, so good. This is not really a heavy where you want to be taking on other heavies head-to-head. It's kind of a big medium. You want to be just sniping away, doing some support damage, basically. If you're in a position where you're, even same tier heavies, if you're taking them on head-to-head, and this used to be the case in the Tiger, but since the Tiger got its rate of fire buff, it's actually a lot better at that now, because you can just punish them so badly with your DPM. But this thing, it doesn't have the DPM, it doesn't have the armor, so you really are in a kind of support sniper role. Oh, there we go, wasn't even fully aimed. So I have done bugger all in this one, really. I mean, 900 damage, it's not terrible, could be worse, but could be way better. Oh, there we go. Well, that was an okay couple of matches. Some derpy teams either way. That's not the best I've ever done in an AMX M4. The score was, you know, that was pretty much deserved. But that's, I think, only the second time I've played on that map so far, so, you know, we'll get the hang of it eventually. I think that map favours... Well, it will favour more heavily armoured tanks when there's no artillery, but obviously there's still tank destroyers to watch out for. But it's interesting, and it's kind of refreshing in that it is relatively straightforward compared to a lot of other maps that they've done recently, and I don't think they're going to... You know, I think this is a map where we're not going to see major rebalancing going on, because it is kind of balanced from each side, you know? It's fairly symmetrical for each side. There's no features that might make it really kind of OP for one starting point or the other, which is... It was a problem and has been a problem and is a problem on some maps from the get-go, and in a couple of other maps, I think Steps is the big one, where the artillery changes have actually been the major factor. So yeah, that's interesting, and they've obviously taken all that on board when designing that new map. So it's not bad, and I think it'll be one of those ones that it looks very nice, no one gets very excited about it, but it's fairly straightforward to play. So, yes, I will conclude this by saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever to everybody. I hope you don't get driven too batty by close proximity to family. Not everyone enjoys Christmas that much, but yeah, hopefully you all have a very happy holidays and enjoy your presents and cake and whatever. So, if you liked this video, you can do the usual. You can leave a comment below, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.